Hey, fellow gamers! Let's stroll down memory lane to the time when Technōs Japan ruled the streets of gaming with unforgettable titles that blended raw action, quirky humor, and pure adrenaline. Today, we are diving into a list of the top 25 Technōs Japan games, ranging from gritty beat-em-ups to offbeat sports and puzzle challenges. Ah, what an era that was. I'm already feeling nostalgic. However, before we get started, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives. And yes, don't forget to tell us which was your favorite title from this list. Now let the arcade magic begin. Double Dragon, 1987. Arcade or NES. It's the summer of 1987. The arcade is alive with the sounds of clashing fists, pixelated explosions, and the rhythmic beat of an electronic soundtrack. And there, in the corner, sits a machine that's about to change everything. Double Dragon. Double Dragon reshaped the beat-em-up games by introducing multiple new features that were later adapted by other popular games. It offered multi-directional movement and the ability to use opponents' weapons. It also allowed players to aid partners by grappling opponents from behind. The plot was linear and simple, as expected from a 90s arcade beat-em-up. Step into the shoes of twin martial arts masters, Billy and Jimmy Lee, on a mission to rescue their shared love interest, Marion, from a mob boss. Along 4 stages, players battle hordes of the Black Warriors gang members. If one player reaches the end and defeats the final boss, the game concludes normally. But if both defeat the final boss, they face off one last time to win Marion's love. The game was not just about button mashing, but also strategy. With 3 action buttons, kick, jump, and punch, players could execute moves like knee strikes, jump kicks, and elbow strikes. A wide array of weapons, steel bats, whips, throwing knives, dynamite, cardboard boxes, oil drums, and boulders could be lifted and thrown or kicked at attackers. Double Dragon shaped the future of beat-em-up games, influencing titles like Final Fight, Streets of Rage, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade games. Its innovative mechanics and combat set a benchmark, inspiring a generation of arcade fans and creators. Double Dragon 2: The Revenge, 1988. Arcade or NES. A direct sequel to the massive hit. The winter of 1988 saw the return of Billy and Jimmy Lee to the arcades for some bloody, brutal revenge. The game starts with the Black Warriors returning and shooting Marion to death for what transpired in the previous game, throwing Billy and Jimmy into a quest to avenge Marion's murder. The biggest change was in the game controls with the introduction of 2-directional based attack buttons. If the player pressed the attack button in their current direction, a standard series of punches was executed. If the opposite button was pressed, a back kick was delivered. The game also added moves like the hurricane kick while expanding the number of weapons available against enemies. Just like its predecessor, the game is divided into 4 stages, with each stage having its own boss, and after taking down the final boss from the last game, the players face their evil doppelgangers for the final fight. The NES version made a few changes, most notably reviving Marion in the end, a change that players loved, as playing to revive Marion was a better motivator than revenge. Double Dragon 2 wasn't just about beating the game, it was about camaraderie, a rite of passage that turned boys into men. River City Ransom, released in 1989, remains a standout title by mixing classic beat-em-up action with surprising RPG elements. In this game, Ryan, a high school student, finds himself pulled into a violent urban conflict when his girlfriend is kidnapped by a local gang. With a single-minded determination, he ventures through the gritty streets of River City, facing off against rival gangs, corrupt authorities, and countless challenges along the way. What stands out in River City Ransom is its gameplay, which breaks the mold of traditional beat-em-ups. The title blends side-scrolling action with open-world exploration and hints of role-playing elements, creating an environment that rewards both careful planning and spontaneous improvisation. Every strike, kick, and combination feels purposeful, offering players a satisfying sense of impact as they experiment with different moves and strategies. The urban setting brims with hidden items, secret routes, and engaging side missions, ensuring that each playset session brings new discoveries. The game strikes a notable balance between humor and challenge. It doesn't burden the player with an overly elaborate plot, but instead focuses on delivering an immersive and interactive experience that remains both engaging and accessible. River City Ransom continues to be celebrated for its innovative blend of gameplay elements and its enduring charm, a title that invites players to relive the magic of its unpredictable street adventures time and time again. Super Dodgeball 1988, arcade or NES. I've always had a soft spot for Super Dodgeball. It's one of those games that immediately draws you into its distinct and engaging setting. The game's premise is refreshingly simple. You're thrown into a dodgeball tournament featuring teams of indelible characters, where every match feels like a spirited showdown for glory. While the story isn't deep, it sets the stage perfectly for some seriously competitive action. What really hooked me, though, was the gameplay. I remember the thrill of dodging a perfectly aimed throw or launching a counterattack with impeccable timing. The controls were tight and responsive, making every catch, dodge, and throw feel satisfying. I loved that each character had unique moves, which added a layer of strategy to every match. It wasn't just about reacting quickly, it was about knowing when to take a risk or hold back, which made every game unpredictable and exciting. For me, Super Dodgeball isn't just a game, it's an experience that captures the essence of arcade sports with a fun twist. The blend of straightforward, almost nostalgic plot elements with dynamic, skill-based mechanics made every session memorable. Even after all these years, playing Super Dodgeball still reminds me of why I fell in love with classic arcade games in the first place. Renegade 1986, arcade or NES. Renegade 1986 is one of those classic beat-em-ups that really paved the way for street brawler games. The story is pretty straightforward. You play as a lone hero taking on a city overrun by thugs and gangs. With chaos all around, it's up to you to clean up the streets and bring some much-needed justice. Even though the plot is simple, its raw and gritty vibe totally sets the scene, drawing you right into the urban turmoil. The gameplay is all about quick, no-holds-barred action. You move through various parts of the city, from dimly lit alleys to busy streets, engaging in hand-to-hand combat that keeps you on your toes. Controls are simple and responsive, making it easy to pull off punches, kicks, and even some cool combos. Plus, there are bits of the environment you can use to your advantage, which adds a fun twist to the fights. Enemies come at you in groups, each with their own quirks, so you really have to think on your feet and mix up your strategy to beat them. Even though it's a game from the 80s, Renegade's blend of easy-to-grasp mechanics, engaging street battles, and that no-nonsense attitude still holds up as a solid classic. The Combat Rhymes 1990, arcade or SNES. I've always been a fan of retro beat-em-ups, and the Combat Rhymes 1990 definitely holds a special spot for me. Set in a dystopian future where rival gangs vie for control of crumbling urban territories, the game throws you right into the midst of an underground turf war. The plot isn't overly complex, it's more of a gritty backdrop that perfectly sets the stage for the action. Even though the narrative is straightforward, I appreciate how it establishes a distinct atmosphere, making every fight feel like part of a larger, chaotic world. When it comes to gameplay, the Combat Rhymes really knows how to deliver a solid arcade experience. I love the fast-paced combat that demands quick reflexes and smart moves. The controls are intuitive, which meant I could jump into the brawls without much hassle, letting me focus on executing cool combos and special attacks. Each character has unique abilities that add a nice layer of strategy, making the fights feel fresh as you adapt to different enemy styles and level designs. The game's mechanics, while simple by today's standards, still manage to capture that raw, punchy feel that defined early 90s arcade games. Crash and the Boys Street Challenge 1992 NES. Crash and the Boys Street Challenge 1992 on the NES invites players into a world where neighborhood pride and youthful defiance drive every punch and kick. Set against a backdrop of urban unrest, the story unfolds through a series of gritty encounters as a group of determined teens takes on rival factions and local bullies. The narrative, while straightforward, carries a certain raw charm that echoes the spirit of a community unwilling to back down. In the heat of the action, the game offers an experience that's as much about strategy as it is about brawling. Each character brings a unique set of moves to the table, and the fluid controls ensure that every clash is met with satisfying precision. As players weave through vibrant cityscapes, they uncover hidden nooks and alleys that reward exploration with unexpected bonuses, subtly encouraging a more thoughtful approach amidst the chaos. The evolving challenges keep things fresh, pushing players to adapt and refine their techniques as they progress through increasingly perilous streets. Beyond the visceral thrill of combat, Crash and the Boys delivers a slice of early 90s culture, a snapshot of rebellious youth and urban camaraderie that still resonates. It's not merely about fighting, it's about standing up for your own and reclaiming a sense of community pride. In a way, the game captures a moment in time where every alley, every fight was a testament to the resilience and creativity of youth, making it a memorable part of gaming history. Kunio-kun's Nikketsu Soccer League 1993 NES. Kunio-kun's Nikketsu Soccer League 93 isn't your typical sports title. It's a wild mix of soccer and full-contact brawling that turns a simple match into an all-out street fight. From the very first kickoff, the game pulls you into its rebellious universe where the stakes are as high as the adrenaline. Players step into a tournament filled with intense rivalries where every goal isn't just a point scored, but a hard-fought victory in a clash of pride and power. The gameplay delivers a punchy twist on traditional soccer. Every match is an unpredictable flurry of fast dribbles, aggressive tackles, and surprise power-ups that can shift momentum in an instant. The controls might look straightforward, but mastering the perfect slide or timed strike demands both quick reflexes and a touch of finesse. I found myself constantly exploring creative moves and strategies to outsmart opponents, and each well-executed play felt like a small triumph. Beyond the on-field chaos, what truly makes the game stand out is its atmosphere. It channels a raw, underground energy that transforms every match into a dynamic battle where every decision matters. Rather than just replicating a sport, Kunio-kun's Nikketsu Soccer League creates an arena where athletic skill and streetwise combat collide, offering a refreshing take that's as entertaining as it is unconventional. For me, it's a reminder that sometimes breaking the mold leads to the most memorable gaming experiences. Nintendo World Cup 1990 NES. I remember when I first booted up the Nintendo World Cup on the NES. It was a refreshing twist on soccer that captured the excitement of international competition. The game drops you into the role of a national team, and while it doesn't spin a complex narrative, it sets a clear mission. Lead your team through the tournament, outsmart your rivals, and seize the championship. It's a straightforward setup, but one that instantly taps into the thrill of representing your country on a global stage. The experience is built around fast-paced matches where skillful ball control and timely passes can turn the tide of the game. The control scheme is straightforward, yet demands precision as players navigate through tightly contested matches, evading defenders and coordinating attacks. Each match unfolds with a rhythm that keeps the stakes high, making every goal feel like a hard-won achievement. The design cleverly integrates moments of tactical planning into the arcade-style action, ensuring that players must balance quick reflexes with strategic thinking. What sets Nintendo World Cup apart is its ability to capture the collective thrill of representing a country on the grand stage of football. The game doesn't just simulate a sport, it creates an arena where national pride and teamwork are as pivotal as individual skill. With its combination of engaging mechanics and a spirited tournament-style framework, the Nintendo World Cup stands as a memorable chapter in classic sports gaming, offering a taste of global football excitement that still resonates with fans today. Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones, 1990. NES. Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones, 1990, takes the classic street brawler formula and injects it with a hint of the mystical, set in an urban landscape that gradually reveals unexpected layers of myth and legend. The game follows martial arts warriors Jimmy and Billy Lee as they navigate through gritty cityscapes and mysterious ruins. Their journey is driven by the discovery of ancient sacred stones, relics that hold the key to an age-old power and stir long-buried conflicts. The game unfolds in a series of stages that blend familiar beat-em-up action with moments of intrigue and discovery. Characters execute a variety of moves, from swift strikes to intricate combos, all while contending with waves of adversaries that grow increasingly formidable. As players advance, hidden passages and special items offer strategic advantages, encouraging a thoughtful exploration of each level's design. The combat remains fluid and responsive, with a balance that keeps encounters challenging without sacrificing the thrill of close-quarters action. Double Dragon 3's biggest USP was its ability to merge straightforward brawling with a narrative that hints at a larger, more enigmatic world. The interplay between raw street fighting and the allure of ancient secrets creates a distinctive atmosphere, one that invites players to not only fight their way through physical obstacles, but also to piece together a broader mythos. In this way, Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones stands out as a memorable chapter in the evolution of action games, offering a layered experience that goes beyond the typical urban melee. Super Double Dragon, 1992, SNES. Super Double Dragon, released for the SNES in 1992, revisits the familiar saga of the Lee brothers with a refreshing visual overhaul and enhanced combat dynamics. The storyline picks up as Marion is abducted by a menacing gang, thrusting Billy and Jimmy into a daring rescue mission that winds through a cityscape filled with shadowed alleys, derelict warehouses, and imposing skyscrapers. The urban setting is rendered with striking detail, creating an atmosphere of palpable urgency and tension that draws players into the unfolding drama. The title elevates its beat-em-up heritage through a more sophisticated fighting system that encourages tactical play. A notable addition is the block and counterattack feature, which allows the brothers to absorb enemy blows and retaliate with precision timing. This mechanic, combined with an expanded array of fluid strikes, acrobatic leaps, and combo sequences, transforms each encounter into a strategic dance of offense and defense. The urban settings themselves play an active role in the fray, offering interactive elements and hazards that can be turned to the fighter's advantage. Every level presents its own unique challenges, inviting players to master both movement and timing as they navigate through increasingly perilous territories. Super Double Dragon's blend of an engaging rescue narrative with an intricate combat system creates a layered experience that resonates with fans of the genre. Downtown Special, Kunio-kun No Jidai Geki Daiozenin Shugo, 1991. NES. Downtown Special, Kunio-kun No Jidai Geki Daiozenin Shugo, 1991. Reimagines the familiar Kunio-kun brawler within the rich tapestry of Japan's historical era. The game transports its iconic characters into a world inspired by Jidaigeki, where traditional samurai values and feudal intrigue replace the modern urban chaos. With settings that shift from serene village streets and rustic marketplaces to imposing castles and bamboo groves, the title infuses a fresh cultural layer into its signature side-scrolling combat. The adventure begins when the head of the Bunzo family falls gravely ill. During a visit to the ailing patriarch, Kunimasa and his trusted companion Tsurumatsu meet Okoto, the Bunzo daughter, only for Asajiro to drop an unexpected revelation. Okoto is slated to become Kunamasa's bride. Despite his initial reservations, Kunimasa accepts the family's request to search for a rare medicinal herb, setting him on a journey that weaves together duty, honor, and the hope of healing. As players navigate through the game's open world, enemy clans traverse the same map, and strategic encounters with rival groups gradually trigger boss appearances. Each victory not only propels the storyline forward, but also deepens the immersive experience. Downtown Special masterfully perfectly marries the allure of period drama with engaging brawler mechanics. Its inventive blend of narrative intrigue and open-world exploration offers a fresh twist on the Kunio-kun legacy, inviting both longtime fans and newcomers to experience its uniquely vibrant take on retro action. Niketsu Denetsu, 1992, NES. I still remember the thrill of booting up Niketsu Denetsu on my Famicom back in '92. As soon as the game loaded, I was drawn into a spirited challenge that felt unlike anything I'd played before. A tournament where up to 4 fighters could duke it out at once. The idea of gathering friends for a free-for-all or teaming up in 2-on-2 battles added an entirely new dimension to competitive play. I found myself stepping into the shoes of Kunio, who one day discovered a mysterious note on his locker about a tournament hosted by the Saber Tiger Association. That simple twist sparked a chain of events where not only did I take up the challenge, but so did my buddy Ricky, and soon many other fighters joined the fray. Every match became a dynamic dance of punches, kicks, and special moves, with each character boasting unique abilities and stats that kept me on my toes. Navigating various arenas was an adventure in itself. Some stages even came with their own hazards, forcing me to strategize beyond just the fight. And when a fighter was knocked out, the items they dropped, sometimes a boon, sometimes a bane, added an unpredictable layer to the competition. In the end, every victory felt hard-earned, and the thrill of defeating my friends was inescapable. Go-Go Necketsu Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness, 1992, NES. Go-Go Necketsu Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness, 1992, offers a refreshing reimagining of hockey through an arcade lens, fusing unpredictable action with innovative control dynamics. The title features 2 distinct modes, Scenario, Shinario, and Battle, Tyson, each presenting a unique twist on team play. In Scenario mode, a single player manages both an on-ice character and the goalkeeper, or 2 players can share the responsibilities, with one controlling the skater and the other defending the net. A password system ensures that progress is never lost, lending a sense of continuity as players advance through increasingly challenging matches. Battle mode, on the other hand, is designed for direct competition. Here, players can pit their skills against each other in one-on-one contests where they command both a primary player and a goalkeeper, or even extend the action to 4 players by distributing roles between 2 teams. Before the match begins, teams are strategically formed by selecting forwards, wingers, defense, and a goalkeeper, with each game played over 3 dynamic periods of 3 minutes each. Notably, the game eschews traditional offside penalties, allowing for a freer, more aggressive style of play. Characters engage in both conventional hockey maneuvers and physical altercations, using hockey sticks, tackles, and even super shots to turn the tide. With arenas peppered with hazards that add an extra layer of challenge, Go-Go Necketsu Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness delivers a uniquely chaotic experience, pushing the boundaries of what a sports title can be while inviting players to rethink the very nature of competitive hockey. Downtown Nikketsu Koshinkyoku, Sorayuke Daiundokai, 1990, NES. Downtown Nikketsu Koshinkyoku, Sorayuke Daiundokai, 1990, for the NES, brings a fresh spin to the Kunyokun universe with a sports festival that's anything but ordinary. The game's story kicks off when the Reiho Academy Student Council proposes a joint sports festival as an apology for the past misdeeds of ex-student president Yamada. But there's a twist. The new student president, Todo, isn't interested in making amends. Instead, he's out to dominate the competition with a brutally strong team, setting the stage for a showdown between only the bravest teams, Kunio's Necketsu High, Riki's Hananzono High, and Goda's Union Squad. In true arcade style, the game pits up to 4 players against each other in 4 different events, with each event offering a chance to score points in creative ways. The controls, reminiscent of downtown Necketsu Monogatari Atari let players mix sports with a good dose of violence, making even non-fighting events a chaotic battleground. In single-player mode, you need to outscore the other teams in every event to keep progressing. One misstep, and it's game over. Multiplayer offers a bit more flexibility, letting you rearrange the event order or pick your favorites. While it doesn't save your progress or use passwords, the game's high-stakes format and over-the-top competition create an exciting challenge. In many ways, it's a wild celebration of rivalry and bravado, a quirky yet intense tournament that continues to stand out as a unique experiment in the realm of retro sports titles. Double Dragon 2 1990 Game Boy. Double Dragon 2 1990 for Game Boy carries forward the gritty saga of the Lee brothers into a handheld adventure that remains true to its roots. In this installment, a new criminal uprising stirs chaos in the urban sprawl, forcing Billy and Jimmy Lee to confront relentless street gangs and shadowy masterminds once again. The story unfolds through a series of tense encounters that challenge the brothers to protect their city and uphold their legacy of justice. Adapting the classic side-scrolling brawler formula for the portable screen, this version offers straightforward yet satisfying action. Players guide the Lee brothers through tightly designed levels filled with waves of adversaries, executing punches, kicks, and throws with commendable precision. While the Game Boy's hardware imposes some limitations, resulting in simpler graphics and a more linear progression, the game manages to preserve the intense atmosphere and fluid combat that fans cherish. Each stage ramps up the challenge with varied enemy types and boss battles that test reflexes and timing, all set to a chiptune soundtrack that echoes the original arcade vibe. What makes this edition stand out is its ability to distill the essence of the Double Dragon experience into a compact, portable format without losing its core appeal. Double Dragon 2 on Game Boy isn't just a nostalgic trip. It's a compact powerhouse that encapsulates the enduring charm and resilience of its iconic predecessors. Kunio-kun No Dodgeball Daiyōzinen Shugo 1993 SNES. Kunio-kun No Dodgeball Daiyōzinen Shugo 1993 brings the distinctive Kunio-kun flair to the dodgeball court, transforming a simple schoolyard sport into an all-out adrenaline-fueled tournament. Set against the backdrop of a high school rivalry, the game invites players into a world where athletic skill meets brawler instincts. In this title, rival schools gather for an epic dodgeball showdown, and familiar characters, each with their own unique abilities, compete not just to win, but to prove who truly rules the playground. The gameplay is a lively mix of fast-paced dodgeball action and combative maneuvers. Players engage in matches where quick reflexes are as crucial as tactical throws. Characters can dodge, dive, and catch with impressive responsiveness, while hard-hitting throws and aggressive countermeasures add an edge to every encounter. The controls feel snappy, allowing for smooth transitions between offense and defense, and the arenas themselves are designed to keep the action unpredictable with their dynamic layouts. Multiplayer mode shines by letting friends join in for head-to-head clashes or team-based tournaments, creating a party-like atmosphere that keeps the excitement alive throughout every match. Rather than relying on a deep narrative, the game focuses on the competitive spirit of schoolyard rivalries, allowing players to embrace both the athletic and combative aspects of the contest. In doing so, Kunyokun No Dodgeball Daiyōzenen Shugo offers a refreshing twist on traditional sports games, an inventive celebration of competitive fun that still sparks lively battles on the virtual court. Wrestlefest 1991 Arcade. Wrestlefest 1991 for the arcade delivers a high-octane, larger-than-life wrestling experience that perfectly encapsulates the flair of early 90s WWF. In this vibrant brawler, iconic superstars leap off the screen in tag team action that is as much about spectacle as it is about athletic competition. The game features a robust roster of WWF personalities, each bringing their own signature moves and showmanship to the ring. ring, making every match a unique display of charisma and power. Every match in Wrestlefest feels like an unscripted showdown, where players can string together rapid-fire strikes, gripping grapples, and electrifying finishing moves that shift momentum in an instant. The tag team system, a key ingredient, invites players to strategize on the fly, swapping partners to unleash devastating combinations and turn the tide of battle with impeccable timing. This dynamic interplay between teammates adds a layer of tactical depth rarely seen in arcade titles. Graphically, the game embraces a bold, cartoonish style that perfectly mirrors the extravagance of early 90s WWF. The visuals pop with vivid colors and dramatic animations that capture the intensity of each throw and slam, while the energetic sound effects and rousing music heighten the overall experience. Even with a straightforward narrative, the game captivates through pulse-pounding matches and magnetic character displays, standing as a vivid reminder of an era that celebrated show-stopping wrestling with every explosive bout. Shin Nikketsu Kohaa, Kunio-tachi Nobanka, 1994, SNES. I remember powering up Shin Nikketsu Kohaa, Kunio-tachi Nobanka on the SNES and being immediately pulled into its gritty narrative. The game wastes no time. Kunio and Riki, falsely accused of a hit and run, find themselves locked up in a juvenile facility in Nerima. The twist comes early. A friend, Hiroshi from Necketsu High, drops hints of mysterious sightings of Kunio around the school, even though he's behind bars. It's a setup that perfectly captures that blend of schoolyard mischief and urban injustice, compelling you to join them as they team up with new cellmates and make a daring escape to clear their names. Gameplay in this title is as robust as it is diverse. Every button on the SNES controller gets its moment. Y for punches, A for kicks, and the X and B buttons for more nuanced moves like back attacks and jumps. I found the ability to switch characters on the fly in single-player mode refreshing, ensuring that both Kunio and Riki are always ready for action. However, when playing with a friend, the initial character choice sticks until new fighters join the fray. The combat is layered with a host of special moves, uppercuts, drop kicks, jump kicks, and even bike stages that completely change the controls for a high-speed burst of action. What sets this game apart is its seamless integration of story and mechanics. It's not just about beating enemies, it's a quest for truth that challenges your reflexes and strategic thinking, making every play session a fresh and exhilarating experience. Necketsu, Street Basket, Gunbar Dunk Heroes, 1993. NES, Necketsu, Street Basket, Gunbar Dunk Heroes, 1993, infuses classic basketball with the trademark brawler flair of the Kunio-kun series. The story kicks off in a delightfully unexpected way. After winning a quiz show contest, Kunio earns a 2-week vacation to the United States, not one to enjoy solo adventures. His pals Riki and Godai join him, and together with Johnny, who's already stateside, they throw their hats into a US basketball tournament. This quirky premise sets the stage for a blend of sports action and over-the-top arcade antics. In both story and battle modes, the game pits two teams of two against each other, with matches divided into two fast-paced 3-minute halves. Eschewing the usual basketball formalities like timeouts, foul calls, and injuries, every game is a non-stop burst of action. Before hitting the court, players must select 2 starters from a roster of 4, each characterized by 5 distinct attributes: energy, power, speed, jump, and shoot. These stats add a layer of strategy as players tailor their lineup to suit their preferred playstyle. 5 playstyles: attack, mark him, nice play, anything, and defense determine how a computer-controlled teammate behaves. In many cases, opting for nice play results in an aggressive, slam-dunk-centric approach that keeps the game electric. By merging a lighthearted, road trip-style narrative with fast, strategic matches, Necketsu, Street Basket delivers a uniquely spirited take on basketball that captures the playful, unpredictable essence of its series. Bikuri, Necketsu Shinkaroku, Dokodemo Kin Medal, 1993. Game Boy, Bikuri, Necketsu Shinkaroku, Dokodemo Kin Medal, 1993. For the Game Boy takes the Kunyokun spirit on a quirky detour that's as challenging as it is offbeat. In this portable adventure, Kunio finds himself on a mission to recover the legendary Kin Medal, a coveted trophy said to represent the pinnacle of honor and achievement. The premise may sound simple, but it's wrapped in the series' signature humor and irreverence. As Kunio navigates Through a series of urban backdrops and unexpected locales, he encounters both old rivals and new characters, all while chasing clues to the metal's whereabouts. Adapting the familiar beat-em-up style for handheld play, the game delivers a compact yet energetic experience. Despite the limitations of the Game Boy's monochrome display and smaller screen, the gameplay remains engaging. Players execute a variety of moves, from rapid punches and precise kicks to more elaborate special attacks that keep each encounter fresh and demanding. Levels are designed with a mix of narrow alleys, crowded streets, and industrial hideaways, each populated with a diverse range of enemies that challenge Kunio's brawling prowess. What makes Kin Metal stand out is its clever melding of light-hearted storytelling with tight, action-packed gameplay. It's a testament to how the Kunio-kun series can reinvent itself even on a portable platform, proving that a little ingenuity goes a long way. Rather than simply rehashing familiar mechanics, the game allows players to experience a new chapter in Kunio's adventures. Super Bowling 1991 SNES Arcade. Super Bowling 1991 for the SNES and Arcade transforms the familiar game of 10-pin bowling into a vibrant arcade experience. The game's neon-lit alleys and energetic sound effects immediately pull players into an atmosphere where every roll is a spectacle. Its gameplay, while rooted in the classic mechanics of aiming, spinning, and releasing the ball, introduces a playful twist that frequently sends the ball curving in delightfully unexpected ways. Players face off against 4 computer opponents, 2 male and 2 female, each offering their own unique style of play, ensuring that every match feels fresh and challenging. The title features 3 distinct modes: normal mode for standard competitive play, golf mode that adds a strategic twist to the traditional format, and practice mode, which allows players to create custom scenarios. In practice mode, users can experiment by knocking down pins with either 1 or 2 balls, honing their skills and exploring different techniques without the pressure of a tournament setting. Super Bowling doesn't aim for hyper-realism. Instead, it embraces the joy of exaggeration and fun. Every frame is punctuated by dynamic animations and spirited sound effects that heighten the overall excitement. By blending traditional bowling with inventive game modes and a colorful, high-energy presentation, Super Bowling challenges the notion that sports simulations must be serious. It invites players to experience bowling as an exuberant celebration of athleticism and fun, ensuring that each game is as unpredictable as it is engaging. Tag Team Wrestling 1983 Arcade NES. Tag Team Wrestling 1983 transports players to a bygone era of wrestling where the spectacle of the ring was as wild as a rock concert. Eschewing an elaborate backstory, the game focuses instead on the intricate interplay of 2-man teams, each bout unfolding as a carefully coordinated duel between rivals. Every wrestler brings a distinct fighting style to the ring, and the ability to tag in a partner in an instant encourages players to devise clever combinations and strike with precision. Unlike modern simulations that get lost in detail, tag team wrestling distills the sport to its most theatrical essence. Players control fighters with distinct personalities and quirky movesets, using the tag team mechanic to swap out partners in a flash, akin to a high-speed relay race where timing is everything. The fluidity of partner transitions can create moments of unexpected brilliance, as one wrestler's signature move seamlessly hands off to a teammate's finishing strike. Visually, the game adopts a playful, cartoonish style that channels the campy excitement of early professional wrestling. The graphics, though simple by today's standards, exude a charm that mirrors the era's vibrant spirit. Far from a mere relic of its time, tag team wrestling offers a glimpse into a creative playground where athleticism, teamwork, and showmanship combine to produce a uniquely entertaining slice of gaming history. Kunio no Odin 1994 SNES. Kunio no Odin shakes up expectations by turning a school festival food stand into a culinary battleground and a puzzler all in one. During a raucous celebration at Necketsu High, Misako's struggling Odin stall becomes the unlikely stage for chaos when Kunio, ever the provocateur, convinces his peers that missing out on her hearty fare means forfeiting their honor. What starts as a simple act of kindness quickly morphs into a spirited competitive eating contest, drawing in notorious notorious rivals from neighboring schools. But the true innovation lies in the game's transformation of Odin into puzzle pieces. Instead of slamming into opponents with fists, players tactfully arrange ingredients as if they were pieces of a delicious jigsaw. Two distinct alignment systems invite strategy, one where 3 identical ingredients must form a straight line, even diagonally, and another, more intricate rule reminiscent of classic Tetramino challenges, demanding 4 matching ingredients in any connected pattern. As combos rack up, the tension rises. Successful chains unleash a barrage of chopsticks that rain down on the opponent's screen, carving out precious space and tilting the balance. A power bar steadily fills and, when maxed out, unleashes a potent paste that clears entire clusters of ingredients. A satisfying spectacle that can turn the tide of the match. With 3 selectable musical themes underscoring the gameplay, every drop of Ode becomes a beat in this offbeat symphony of culinary strategy and high-stakes rivalry. Marvelous verdict. And that's a wrap on our journey through Technōs Japan's most unforgettable classics. Writing this reminded me just how inventive and daring these games were. They weren't just titles, they were experiences that redefined the whole 90s arcade culture. Do let us know if we missed out on any major titles. Also, share your wild arcade stories and let us know which games left their mark on you in the comments. If this nostalgic trip through pixelated adventures resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and give us a like to fuel more deep dives into retro gaming. Until next time, keep those controllers charged and let the arcade magic roll on.